I love him so much. I think he's been really a fantastic president of the United States. So I really wanted him to make a decision of a better campaign because they were not facing the fact of what was happening. Just a little background. I've never been that impressed with his political operation.
Biden's operation.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I just haven't been. They won the White House. Bravo. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But so my concern was this ain't happening. And we have to make a decision for this to happen. And the president has to make the decision for that to happen. Let me just say, I won't say necessarily I knew what I was doing at that time. I knew what I was doing in the whole thing, not just that show.
And what was that?
That Donald Trump would never set foot in the White House again.
I was concerned if I stayed in the race, that would be the topic. You'd be interviewing me about why did Nancy Pelosi say, why did so, and I thought it'd be a real distraction.
Okay, so Biden is expressing regret. He's expressing sorrow that he's no longer in the race. Biden really wanted to stay in the 2024 race, but he was pushed out. The powers that be, the power brokers, the big donors, led by Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi, made him drop out. So he's going around behind the scenes saying he's upset about it. Nancy Pelosi stabbed him in the back. She did him dirty. He never wanted to leave. So we saw the clip at the beginning of him trying to justify, saying, look, I did a good job, even though he didn't. He said, I did a good job. This justifies that I should get another 4 years. But like I said, Pelosi and them said, no, you're not getting another 4 years. So when Biden had that terrible debate the next day, I was saying that Barack Obama was running an intervention and leading the charge and running this coup. Turns out that it was actually Nancy Pelosi. Barack Obama was heavily involved. He was probably the second man. But it was Nancy Pelosi behind the scenes, talking to the donors, talking to representatives in the House, Senate, getting all the big names in the Democrat Party, including the big money donors, as I keep mentioning, to drop Biden. So Biden went around for about, 2 weeks trying to reassure. He was defiant against Obama and Pelosi. He was defiant against them, trying to reassure Democrats, trying to hold on to that support, saying that, no, hell no, I'm not dropping out no matter what they say.
You voted for me to be your nominee, no one else. You, the voters did that. And despite that some folks don't seem to care who you voted for, well, guess what? They're trying to push me out of the race. No! Well, let me say this as clearly as I can. I'm staying in the race.
Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi ran this coup. So let's take a look at this CNN clip for a little bit insight of what the hell is going on behind the scenes. The Democrats right now, they're trying to put on the facade. They're trying to act like everything's A-okay. He did it for the good of the country. He has no regrets. We're all united, but that's not the case. Let's take a look at this clip.
We have new CNN reporting this morning on how President Biden is feeling about things. We are told he is embittered and angry at certain Democrats who pushed him out, but also relieved and not holding a grudge. With us now, CNN White House correspondent Arlette Saenz. Arlette, embittered yet not holding a grudge. How can both things be true?
Well, apparently they are, John. And President Biden is still feeling the sting around the whole process that led him to drop out of the 2024 race. And he has made clear to those close to him that he was particularly unhappy with former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. In fact, the two leaders have yet to speak since Biden bowed out of the race. Now, this new reporting from our White House team really provides some insight into President Biden's headspace at this time. Sources stopped short of using that word grudge, but they did say that Biden would not soon forget those who had pushed publicly and privately for him to exit the race. Now, Biden, as you mentioned, has been alternating between being embittered and relieved about the decision to bow out of the 2024 race, with some saying that he is still processing this entire situation. Now, another source said that while Biden was unhappy in the moment, he hasn't spent time ruminating about the decision. But still, this reporting does highlight some apparent tension between Biden and Pelosi, two Democratic leaders who became friends early on in their political careers and rose in their own ways to lead the Democratic Party. Now, Pelosi was actually asked about her current relationship with Biden in a recent interview with The New Yorker. Take a listen to that moment.
Do you think your relationship will be there?
I hope so. I pray so. I cry so.
Do you worry about
I
it?
lose sleep on it. Yeah.
You think he's angry at you? You think he's angry at you?
I don't know. We haven't had a conversation.
Now, a White House spokesperson pushed back on the idea that Biden is still unhappy with Pelosi, saying that that's not accurate and that the president's attention right now is on the future and not the past. But it is clear that there have been times when the president has been frustrated about those efforts from within his own party to push him out of the 2024 race.
Embittered but frustrated, not unhappy or holding a grudge there. Interesting.
So this isn't over. The Democrats, they can act like they're all united. They can act like there's no divisions, there's no cracks in this machine that they got running right now. But I don't know if it's going to hold, because you got the factions of the party, like the left-wing activists who are saying free Palestine, ceasefire now and all that. They're fighting against the people saying, well, we support Kamala because she's black. We got infighting going on with the people who knows that Kamala is absolute garbage. They're fighting with the people who are saying, well, we're going to put Kamala in because Orange Man bad. This is our only option. But on the surface, and what we're going to see at this DNC, as the DNC is about to kick off, is that, oh, we're united. Everybody's behind Kamala. That's not the case at all. In fact, right now, Biden and his handlers, they're not even speaking to Pelosi. They're so upset that she led the charge running this coup against him. She was threatening to go out and publicly bash him, saying he's trash. Joe Biden's mind is shot. He did a bad job. The economy is ugly. And there are even rumors that Barack Obama threatened the 25th Amendment on Joe Biden. They did all of this to make him drop out. And when we saw that clip of Biden dropping out, it looked like somebody had a shotgun to his head. He really didn't want to do it. Let's take a look.
You elect me to this office, I promise to always level with you, to tell you the truth. I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation. You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. But there's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now.
Biden went out, but he set a poison pill in the Democrat Party by endorsing Harris. Remember, she wasn't the choice. Nobody liked this woman. Everybody thought she was doing a terrible job. But Biden endorsed her in front of the whole world as he was being cooed. He endorsed her to take his place, which meant that they couldn't put a Gavin Newsom, Josh Shapiro, all of those other Democrats that they had waiting in the wings. It was going to be extremely difficult to put them in place. So Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi grudgingly endorsed her because they know what Biden's handlers did to him. So there's a lot of infighting going on. We saw that video clip. I did a video on that video clip of that fake robo phone call of the Obamas calling Kamala Harris and her being excited about endorsement. In actuality, they ain't got nothing to say to her. They don't like that woman. And let's look at a couple of clips of Nancy Pelosi, how she didn't want to support her as vice president to begin with, but now how she's endorsing her and grudgingly putting her support behind Harris.
Harris the best running mate for this president?
He thinks so, and that's what matters.
Do you think she is the best running mate, though?
She's the vice president of the United States. So when people say to me, well, why isn't she doing this or that? I said, because she's the vice president. That's the job description. You don't do that much.
When history looks back on how Democrats ended up with the Harris-Walz ticket in 2024, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's name will no doubt be in the conversation. President Biden dropped out of the race just days after Pelosi privately expressed concerns to him that he could not beat Donald Trump. There is also reporting that Pelosi encouraged Kamala Harris to pick Governor Tim Walz as her running mate.
So she, I think, has done a remarkable job coming out of this thing practically out of the blue, that this change would take place, and has done her politics very well. She's astute politically, she's strong officially in terms of policy, and she's deep faith-filled personally. So I think that whatever path she chooses will be great.
You're optimistic, though?
I mean, well, it's a decision. You make a decision to win, and then you make every decision in favor of winning. How you mobilize, how you message, how you muddy with the resources and the rest. And I'm optimistic that we will help do that and that she will lead us to victory.
So there you have it. Infighting going on, cracks in the armor of the Democrat Party, even though they're trying to pretend that everything is hunky-dory. They're trying to pretend that Kamala is the best thing since sliced bread, even though a year ago, even 6 months ago, they were all saying she was trash, she was a terrible vice president, which is why they never ran the 25th Amendment on Biden to begin with. But all of a sudden, she's an angel sent from heaven. It's all fake, man. All of this is fake. And we're going to see how this holds up because, like I said, the people in charge of the Democrat Party behind the scenes want nothing to do with Harris. But the voters are saying, let's just move on past this. Let's stop arguing. Why are you showing this garbage on CNN? We don't want to watch stuff like this. They installed Kamala Harris to be the nominee, even though we didn't vote for her. But let's just shut up. We're going to support her anyway. That's what they're trying to say. They're trying to stop the infighting, but good luck with that. So let me know what you guys think. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.